Well, it's the calm before the storm. But the animals, they seem to know it. They're working kind of hard in these woods. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky, another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. Now, this is what she looks like the day before the snowstorm. I pulled these cards a day early just for my own health and safety reasons. It is cold up here. So I know you're expecting a lot of snow pictures. They'll be on next week. Believe me, there'll be a lot of them if the snow is not covering my cameras up. We'll see. This old storm hit the same day I usually pull my camera. So here's a picture of what it's going to look like next week. Now you got to remember, I pull these cameras. They're always a week behind whatever I pull on these pictures. So please be patient. There'll be some good ones next week. But anyway, things is doing good here. Animals is moving around real good. And here at the pond, it's nice. It's got some water in it, and we've had some really cold temperatures, so it'll be froze over next week. It's supposed to get down in the single digits. So I want you to relax, and let's see what steps in front of the cameras before this snow. Well, you can see the coat of fur on these deer. Look how heavy it is. Nature's got a way of telling you something. It's going to turn cold, looks like. But these deer, they just taking their time. It seems like the colder it gets, the better they like it. It don't bother them too much. They're just taking it easy. Even up on the ridge. And here's a little old young buck. All the big ones are gone. But notice something about this young buck. It's got a hurt leg on it, about down at its foot. Hoof there. Look how it's swollen up. Bless its heart. I hope it's okay. But out in the woods, he's heard a deer, the does. They just mosey around. And the turkey, they're busy. They've been working these ridges out, buddy. Trying to find something to eat on. And there's old Yaller. Coming out one morning, he's making his round. Glad he's doing good. And there's Mommy with one of her little fawns. It's grown up. That fawn will hang with Mom for a while. And the little birds, they've been scurrying around trying to eat. Little wrens, this is their home. They stay here year round. And they're a beautiful sounding bird. And the deer, they just everywhere they happen to mosey to. Chew on leaves, twigs, whatever. And up at the rock, old Ricky seemed to got hit by himself. It's not very busy during the day, but it is at night. And down at the pond, it's a peaceful place here. On a warm day just before that snow hit. The turkey are here, but they didn't get in front of the cameras much this week. I could tell where they've been scratching everywhere. And on the other camera, here at the pond, there's a strange cat. And I said, what's he got? He's got a frog there. Where in the world did he get a frog this time of year, as cold as it is? But he sure is got a frog right there. Playing with it. If I see this one a lot, I think I'll name this one Tiger. I don't know, but time will tell if he sticks around in this old ridge. But that's a strange one. Yeah, come dark, the coons is coming off the den trees. They got business. It's their time of night. And they're on the move. Coming off this ridge, down the trails, camera to camera. just moving on through. And the little skunks, they seem to be everywhere all at once, moving around, all different types. And I know where they're going. They're going to the Rock Motel, the convention. And they're coming from every which direction, too. Some of them are just so pretty. And not two of them are marked the same. There's something different about them, all different. There's old Freddie or Betty out making its round. And the deer, too. They browse at all hours. But they're on the watch, watching. Here's what they're watching for. And that old coyote, he's watching them for sure. Never-ending drama. The old coon, as they ease through here, they're watching for them coyote, too. And down here at the tree, all that wind we've had, blowed a limb in front of the camera. This is all I get, picture after picture. And at the log going up towards the tree and the motel, there looks like old Willie coming through. Didn't film many possums this week. The old coon moving through. Possums don't seem to like this cold weather. But the coons don't care. They got their winter fat on and they're moving around. And like to say hi. But here at the log, look at the skunks coming through. All different types. Like a highway through here. And there's some pretty skunks too. Look at the tail on that one. Ain't that beautiful? And there's old Flat Top. Groucho Marx. He's comical. Here's another. Here's a pair. We know where they're going. And there's old Wishbone. He's back. But up the rock, the coons on a rainy night, they like to check this place out regularly. This is on their stock. And the coons, they've just moved in and took over. I hope they don't bother old Dirty Dan. Let him rest. He's surrounded by them, though, and the possums, too. They seem to have a good time, the old motel. They're fussing here a little bit. I don't know what they're fussing about. Stuff. But old Willie, he's coming in here. Too much going on for him. He's going to check back a little bit later. But there's all kinds of little pairs of skunks in here. Hopefully I'll catch some good young ones here. It's been a couple of years since I've got some good pictures of these babies. But there's a bunch of skunks here. I've never seen so many in all the years I've had a camera here. And old Freddie or Betty there, making their rounds through. And they ain't afraid of these skunks either. They want them to know that this is our place now. But that ain't gonna stop them coons. They'll come right back. This is their home too. But they're going to defend it to the last against these coons. But it won't do them no good. Rocky won't stop coming. Look at the skunks lined up in there. Skunk after skunk. But they seem to have a good time. All different types. There's so many I can't name them all. It's a Wishbone there with one of them. They just coming and going. Just got to be a big cave under that rock. It can't hold that many animals. Different branches of a cave. That looks like Snowball right there. Now what he's up to. So many different skunks. And there's old Flat Top sticking his head out. And there he is out. It's just so many different skunks, I'm telling you. Yeah, the old possums are out a little bit, but they don't like this cold weather. So they just move around and don't stir much. And sure didn't see Sidewinder this week. He's probably held up warm somewhere. But the old coons down at the pond, they have to check in. And they want to know who's been down here at the pond getting their frogs. This is their favorite place. But come daylight, they just work away across the ridge, going back towards their den trees. And the little deer browsing and picking, foraging in these leaves, trees, saplings, whatever. And the whole herd too up moving around. They all have a good time on this ridge, but it's fixing to turn cold. But it's time for the little squirrels. They always busy, having a good time. And I know they have a hard time when a big snow on the ground. They can't get down in there and dig in them nuts. But so's all the other little animals have a hard time. But they're so precious, so relaxing to watch. But they always manage to find something to scrounge on. So there you go. Tune in next week. Here's what'll be on next week. I'm hoping if the cameras is not covered up. So tune in for the snow next week. I want to say God bless, take care, and stay warm. And I'll see you next time.